What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with the next cleanup video. This one was one from the Dragonflower War, and it was a really nice attack on both of them. I liked both of the plans, but it illustrated a good point, and it goes back to the video that we did on the Golem AI, I guess you would call it, Golem behavior. So what NSR does is come in with just a three golem attack here, just a stone GoHo, I guess you would call it. Comes in with the golems, wizards behind, creates that nice big funnel. King and queen go down, and the wall breaker is about right here. Maybe it was like right there. Anyway, opens up the compartment. But what's going to happen when you do that is your golems are going to go in, king's going to go in, and they're going to work their way down this large compartment. They're opened up on the top here. They're going to end up down at the bottom. Now, he drops his jump right here because he wants to get to that queen. Good idea, and that's great, except for the fact that, remember, there's a limit to how far those golems, king, anything like that will reroute to take that jump spell, and when they'll start beating on a wall. And what happens to NSR here is exactly that. This is just too far. They're not going to reroute and take that jump. They get down here to the bottom at this last cannon, take it out, and then they just start beating on the wall. The queen stays her way up here because she can obviously shoot at more things, and she gets targeted and gets taken out. And while they're beating on the wall down here, they get taken out. Now, the game plan was good. Wants to come in, take out all of these air defenses. He does come in from the top with a few hogs to grab that air defense, and then comes in from the bottom here with his remainder of his hogs and grabs these two pretty easily. Then it's just about coming in with some loons on the backside and taking all of this out. Good plan, except for this level 20 queen over here is still up because of the way he deployed his troops. Didn't get over there, didn't get her taken care of, and obviously that is the end of the raid. So besides that one little thing, it was a good plan and a good attack. Now, what could he have done differently? Well, a few things. One, if he wanted to do that exact same attack from the exact same angle, he could have. He could have started with his golems here, here, and here. Remember, this golem's not going to go after that. All he's got to do is wall breaker right here. Now the golems and the king and all of that are going to move their way up this direction, so they end up taking out this last, builder hut. Then he drops his jump. Now they're there. Now they're going to take that jump. They're going to come in. They're going to aggro the queen. And the tanks are still going to be there for that queen as she stands back and starts taking things out. So just a minor movement and thinking about how the flow of your troops go into the base can make a big difference, because that golem behavior, the golem AI, it plays to other troops as well, and it doesn't just go for on the outside of the base. Not everyone's going to have a compartment this large, but when they do, you do have to take it into consideration. So let's watch NSR do this attack, and then we'll come back to the drawing board and talk about the adjustments that were made for the 3-star. All right, here we go with NSR's attack. Again, just comes in from the right side, drops his golems down first, going to start drawing fire from all of that, and then he wants to let his wizards come in, take out all the trash buildings in the way, create the funnel, and step in and start taking out some of those point defense that are right there over the wall, the next targets that they'll get a hold of. Obviously, the queen's going to go down in a moment. She's going to help out with that task of getting over the wall, taking out a few defenses before he dropped his wall breakers down. The king's already jumped over, targeted one of the golems. The wizards are going to take care of him, so that's sort of a nice bonus that he's already out of the way. Here come the wall breakers. Boom, breaks it open, but you see how high up it is. You see the wizards and the queen doing a little bit of work in that top compartment, and that's good. Here come the CC troops out. As they come in, he's going to drop that rage and take care of it. No problem as the queen reroutes and gets over there. A few hogs up top to come in, grab that air defense. The queen would have grabbed it, but it's probably not a bad use to get another defense and that air defense out of the way. So that goes down, and now you see everything start working its way to the bottom of this section. The queen stays up top. She can shoot over the wall, so now she has no tanks. She's being targeted. She's going to have to use her ability pretty quickly. The jump's down. It's connected, but here you go. Down at the bottom, the king's beating on the wall. Uses the ability, but, it doesn't matter. Again, he's being targeted. He goes down quickly. It just shut everything down in that first compartment. The hogs coming in now. That's good. They're going to come in, grab the second 2 air defenses, and obviously the plan to come on the backside with these loons and take out the rest of those outlying defenses. But with that level 20 queen in there, just not going to happen. So again, guys, you got to remember this behavior of not just golems, but golems, how he illustrated it, of any troop to go to a jump or an open wall or start beating on a wall if there's a defensive building or a building that they're going to target just the other side of that wall. There is a limit to how far they will travel to grab that jump. So, just think about that when you're doing your attacks. You're not always going to run into these large compartments, but if you do, it needs to be something that you consider in your game plan. So we'll fast forward as we can on this. But obviously, you know, it's just about grabbing a few extra percentage points at this point. The attack is over. So let's go back to the drawing board, look at the adjustments that were made to get this attack to be a 3-star. All right, looking back at the base, Roko is the one who gets the cleanup attack for us on this one. And very similar army composition. Brings the 3 golems, brings about the same number as hogs, but he leaves the loons at home. He brings a few giants, he brings a few extra wizards, and just deals with it that way. He changes the angle. You know, we talked about that. There was a couple ways you could have corrected it. Obviously, you could have still came into this large compartment and just came from this angle and connected the jump. But Roko elects to just completely change the compartment that he enters from. He does come from the bottom, sends a golem here, and like a golem there. Lets this all get cleared out, you know, all the way down to here, clears out his trash buildings to create his funnel, lets them move in, and then really holds his king nice and late. Wall breakers this wall right here, holds his king nice and late. That way the CC troops and all that are not targeting. He wants to make sure, has a nice easy jump spell here. He wants to make sure the king takes it and gets in there and gets that queen taken care of. So once that all goes in, he obviously drops his rage for the CC troops, a few extra wizards to send in behind the archer queen, help him take down the CC troops, and then that king does take the jump, gets in this area, and then queen locks on, he runs in there and just gets the job done. Then he comes in from the top with his hogs, just sort of surgical hogging from the top here, has 2 heal spells, which is plenty. There is a double giant bomb set right here. I think that's the only double set. There might have been other bombs. I forgot to actually look at that, but no big deal. It's not important to the attack, really. The 1 double set does get triggered. That's the big deal. From there, he can just drop his heal spells where he needs them. The queen's taken care of. A large section of the base, actually. You look at this. This is a pretty heavy section that gets taken out by his kill squad. So that's a bonus as well. The hogs don't have a lot left to deal with, and definitely not a lot of traps to deal with. So let's watch Roko do it, and then we will wrap this video up. Okay, here we go with Roko's attack. Again, golems go down first. Very similar the way he starts the attack. Just starts it from a completely different angle there. Look how wide he's making that funnel. He even wrapped around the corner a little bit. That's because of the late king drop. If you want to really protect your king like that, you can. You can drop him super late, but make sure that funnel is super wide because often the defenses are already cleared out some. You're going to see the golems start moving in. The queen, the wizards, they all start moving in. So the first target building that he can target is often pretty deep into the base. But you see how wide he was able to make that funnel on both sides. Now, even with that X-bow, all that's standing there, he can go ahead and drop his king down. He's still, the X-bow just went down at that time, but even there, he's still going to go in, take the jump, and pretty much avoid the damage from all of those CC troops. They're targeting golems. The queen's taking them out, and then right here, the queen locks onto him, shoots at one of his barbs, uses the ability, runs in, takes it out. You see the hogs already underway on the attack here. I love how he just sent a couple of hogs down here on these defenses that couldn't hurt them. Just put a few down, let them do their thing, starts dropping those heal spells. Again, the hogs have not even triggered any bombs yet, so all the heal spells are doing is keeping them up from the damage they're taking from defenses, which pretty much a heal spell is going to do on any defensive building that's targeting the hogs. Right there, they finally run into a bomb towards the end, but the damage is done. All he's got left is that 1 mortar. That's not going to do anything. They take out the skeletons, and then it's just a matter of cleanup time. So really, really nice adjustment by Roko. Just absolutely crushed that base using a very similar strategy, just changing the angle, making sure that his troops were actually funneled into the jump and towards that queen instead of away from it. Hope you learned something, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, Jake from One Hive reminding you guys to suck less.